I managed to beat Minecraft from outside the world border. I actually did it. It was insanely difficult, so make sure you watch to the end to witness some huge IQ plays for the challenges I had to overcome. Outside the world border, you can't mine or place blocks at all. This sounds a lot like adventure mode so far, but don't click off the video because it gets way more intense than that. You can't right-click any blocks to interact with them, meaning you can't loot chests, open doors, fill in an end portal, or even use utility blocks such as crafting tables. Monsters don't spawn at night, or even from spawners, and animals don't spawn in the wild. The only exception to this is that when a structure, for example a village, is generated for the first time, it will pre-generate with villagers and animals inside of it. Alright, I've hit you with enough of an essay, let's get onto the run. So, starting just outside of the world border, I begin to make my way over to a plains village. This village isn't important just yet, but I'm making sure that all 4 of its sheep have white wool. Before I get accused of cheating here, I am using a set seed because this challenge is literally impossible otherwise. I then continue onto a snowy Taiga village and take out the iron golem. The golem can't harm me because I'm in peaceful mode, so I can freely punch him until he drops his iron. Before leaving the village, I ensure the Fletcher villager has the correct arrow trade. After this, I make my way back to the plains village and take out the wheat by jumping on it, which is actually one of the very few block interactions you can do outside of the world border. I then use this wheat to breed the sheep enclosed in the pen before using my iron to craft one of the few things possible without a crafting table, which is shears. I shear a few sheep, but as you can see, a lot of it is out of reach since I can't open the fence gate to get inside of the pen. In a bit of a strange move, I then go and aggro the iron golem who I spared earlier, who begins chasing me without being able to harm me. I skirt around his attacks using a village house to jump inside of the pen and begin collecting the wool which was out of reach before and continuing to shear more sheep whilst keeping the golem aggro at me. If you don't understand yet, this will make sense very soon, I promise. The reason I'm collecting all this wool is to trade with a shepherd villager for emeralds, which are paramount to beating the ender dragon later. I end up using almost the entire durability of my shears, but I eventually get enough wool for trading. Getting in close to the fence, I position myself and turn off peaceful mode, allowing the iron golem to attack me and fling me right back over the fence before quickly enabling peaceful mode again so I don't die after hours of grinding. I then seek out the 3rd important location on this run, a Taiga village, waiting until morning to intercept the shepherd villager between his bed and his workstation, and trading all my hard-earned wool for a total of 13 emeralds. After this, I make one final stop over to the plains village and seek out the toolsmith villager to trade for a stone axe to avoid having to simply punch the ender dragon to death later. Since I haven't mentioned it already, I'm using peaceful mode to avoid hunger loss on these huge journeys between villages, as it would just become annoying otherwise. Arriving back at the snowy Taiga village, I find the Fletcher villager and trade for arrows until I level him up, unlocking the bow trade. After making one final trade for the bow, and actually having 1 emerald left over, it's time to make my way over to the Stronghold. If you've made it this far into the video, why not scroll down and subscribe? I make content like this all the time, so drop a sub with the knowledge that you're free to change your mind later. Once I hit a sunflower plains biome, I know I'm right above the Stronghold. I locate a cave and carefully make my way through and down to the Stronghold. I have to say, one of the most difficult parts of this challenge was finding a seed with an entrance from ground level all the way down to the portal room. All it took was one unopenable door to stop me. If it wasn't already obvious, this portal is pre-activated with 12 eyes already in it, so there's really nothing left to do but jump inside. One long jump off the obsidian platform and it's time to fight the dragon. I start off by taking my time popping all the crystals with my bow, before axe hitting the dragon when it perches, and bow spamming it while it's in the air until finally... I did it. I beat the game from outside the world border. Some said it was impossible, but I beat it through sheer persistence and force of will. I'm really happy with the outcome of this challenge, so please be sure to subscribe if you enjoyed it. I'll drop the seed and the village and stronghold coordinates in the description. That's it. Make sure to like the video if you want to see more like this, and I'll see you in the next one.